There, coordinates match. That's not a boulder, that's a roof line.
A $420,000 Rolls-Royce Spectre, totaled 4 years ago and never recovered. Insurer wrote it off as unreachable terrain. We just proved them wrong.
Last confirmed photo before he drove into the storm. Nobody's seen the car in Charles or him or Chai since.
Search teams called off after a week. Whole case just got filed away as a tragedy in bad weather.
Storm window's short today. We rappel in, document everything, and we're back up before the weather turns.
4 years buried under snowmelt and rockfall. If that car's still down there, it's not coming up easy.
There she is. Whatever hit her, it hit hard. Anchor's solid. Coming down slow pretty. This rock's slicker than it looks.
That's not a fender bender. She went off the road at speed and hit these rocks dead on.
Front subframe's folded back on itself. Whoever built this thing built it to take a hit. This would have killed most cars outright.
Wheel's gone. Probably still somewhere upstream in that creek bed.
Numbers match exactly. This is the car from the total loss file, no question. No remains, no gear, nothing. Whoever was driving this either walked away or the mountain never gave him back.
Cabin's been open to the weather for years. Whatever's in here, it's had 4 winters to fall apart.
Stopped at 11:47. If that's the moment of impact, we finally know exactly when this happened. Total loss stamps dated 6 weeks after the crash. Someone processed this claim without ever seeing the car. These brake lines aren't torn, they're cut. Clean, straight cuts, pal, same as the crush damage. But that's not how a crash breaks a line. That's not fire from any crash. That board looks like it got fried by a forced firmware push, not a wreck. They'd been in a very public buyout fight for months. That kind of pressure makes people do reckless things. Storm, cliff, no guardrail, that's the story everyone accepted. A hacked brake system 4 years ago is a very different story. We're not just documenting this, we're bringing her all the way out, evidence and all. No road access down here. Every foot she moves, she's moving on this winch. She's moving. Slow and steady, Keesin. Don't let her swing into the rock face. Every foot up this slope is a foot she hasn't moved in 4 winters.
Easy, don't let this outcrop take off what's left of that rear quarter panel.
There she is, worse than we thought, but she's out.
Straps on all 4 corners. We're not losing her on the drive down.
That's a $420,000 car reduced to scrap metal by a mountain, or by whoever wanted it off that road. Service note says a remote software update was pushed to this car the same night as the crash. That's not a coincidence anymore. Same storm pattern as 4 years ago. Good thing we're already loaded up. Before we touch a single panel, we need to know exactly how twisted this frame really is. Driver's side frame rail is bent almost 4 degrees out of true. That's a full structural rebuild, not a patch job.
2 days to the shop. After that, this becomes the biggest rebuild we've ever taken on.
Under these lights, this looks even worse than it did in that ravine. This isn't a restoration anymore. This is a ground-up reconstruction around a chassis tag and a VIN. Math says this impact was survivable at this speed. If he was belted in, there's a real chance he walked away from this. Anything salvageable gets tagged. Everything else gets replaced from scratch.
Every piece of this interior has been sitting in snowmelt for years. None of it is coming back.
Millimeter by millimeter. Push it too fast and we crack metal that's already stressed. New steel exactly to factory spec. Whatever hit this car, it's not finding a weak point here again. Casing's compromised. This pack isn't safe to reuse, Tay. Full replacement, no shortcuts. New pack, new mounts, reinforced this time. If she ever takes another hit, this bay holds. Old actuators going straight to an investigator, not the scrap pile. New units factory sealed, nobody's pushing a remote update to this one unnoticed.
Every bent arm, every cracked mount hissing yelled, gone. She's standing on all new legs now.
Whatever signal hit that old actuator, it's got no path into this car anymore. Motors actually survived better than the body did. Bearings check out, seals are good. No off-the-shelf panel fits a car this badly crushed. Every curve on this hood is being formed by hand. Gaps are even all the way around. That hood took a week to shape and it shows. That's the shape she was built in. First time she's looked like a car instead of wreckage. Last of the old paint, gone. Whole car's the same blank slate now, old panels and new ones both. Every seam has to disappear before anything goes on top of this metal. Clean slate, top to bottom. Whatever she wears next, it's a fresh start. We could paint her back to exactly what she was, or we could make sure nobody who sees this car ever forgets what she survived. Gold. One speck of dust under this wrap shows forever. Surface has to be perfect.
Every panel gets cut to its exact shape before it ever touches the car.
There it is. First gold this car's ever worn. Heat lets it stretch around every curve without a single crease. Wrap this clean, and it looks like paint.
That's not the wreck we pulled out of that ravine anymore. That's a completely different statement.
Every edge tucked, no seams showing. This has to look like it left a factory this color.
Glass back in. First time this cabin's been sealed from the weather in 4 years.
Stitching matches the wrap now. Whole car finally tells one story instead of two. Every one of those points is new. She's got her stars back, just warmer this time.
There's a heartbeat. 4 years dark, and she just woke back up.
Down on her own wheels. First time in 4 years she's touched the ground without a winch involved.
Brand new brake system, first real test. Feels solid, nothing like what pulled her off that mountain.
Next time, we find out what really happened on that mountain the night this car went off the road. Subscribe so you don't miss it.
Gaps are tight, wraps seamless, brakes test clean. She's done. Whoever was driving this, wherever he ended up this car's finally telling its side of that night. Same chassis tag that came out of that ravine, but nobody's ever gonna look at this car and see a wreck again.